So timing is going to be the next T that we're going to master in this course. And at first, when I first made the 5 T's of YouTube, when I first started explaining it to people, and when I first started creating this course, I kind of thought that timing would be the one that you can't leverage OPC for, that you can't leverage other people's content for within your niche. And I think I was wrong on that. I think you can actually leverage OPC for it. It's just in a little bit of a different way. And I'm going to go into that in this module here. But timing is all about having a great understanding of your target audience and what they would like to see in the future. But also you can use other people's content to predict what kind of content your audience would like to see in the future. Here's what I mean by that. So I always like to use like gardening, dating, fitness, and things like that as example YouTube channels. Let's take the dating one for an example. And if you don't know, timing is kind of using breaking news and trends and things like that to get an initial burst in views on the videos that you post. And all the great YouTubers, use this. For an example, Mr. Beast, his highest viewed video, I think it's still his highest viewed video to this day, was his Squid Game video. And he dropped that because Squid Game was trending at the time. And you would think that Mr. Beast kind of makes a style of content that you can't leverage timing for, that you can't leverage trends and breaking news. He found a way to do it. You just have to get creative sometimes, and it's really going to help you out. As you can see by the fact that Mr. Beast's highest viewed video, when every video that he gets hundreds of millions of views, is the Squid Game video because he leveraged that trending topic. So how do you do this within your niche? Once again, let's go back to the dating example that I always use. Something's in my eye, but use the dating example that I always use. So you go into the other channels in your niche and the dating market, right? You start to see that the stuff that they leverage in terms of timing and trends and things like that is celebrity breakups, celebrity relationships, and things such as that. So it's not, let's say that, I don't even know any celebrity relationships. So I'm just going to make something up like, okay, Tom Brady and Giselle, right? Tom Brady, the NFL quarterback, and his wife broke up. Let's say that back in the day, whenever that did happen, about a year or so ago at this point, whenever that happened, the channel that you like to model yourself off of, the channel that you are leveraging OPC for, covered that. And it did really, really well for them. Well, now going forward, that similar things will probably do well for you and your channel, to leverage similar things for your channel. So nowadays we have stuff like, there's still like Jada and Will Smith drama going on, even years after the slap happened. There's still that drama going on. So you can, every time there's an update in that story, you can give an update on your YouTube channel. And let's say that you're the kind of dating channel where you're giving dating advice. You can use those situations to give advice to people. So you can be like, here's an example of what not to do. Or maybe there's a new celebrity couple that pops up that's trending a lot. Another football example, Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. You can maybe use them for an example of what to do and things like that. Maybe by the time you're watching this in this course, it might not be an example of what to do anymore. But you get what I'm trying to say. You can use certain trends within your OPC, your ideal audience, and the other channels that are targeting your ideal audience to really understand not what you should post in the present, because you're not going to see, the Tom Brady and Giselle stuff. I mean, you could do it, but it wouldn't be leveraging timing at that point. It would just be leveraging OPC in general. But you're not going to see a channel do really, really well with a Giselle and Tom Brady topic and then just post that in the present day and think that you're leveraging timing. You're not leveraging timing. You're just leveraging OPC, and it's an older trend. But you can leverage timing by seeing that they use one of those events, such as Giselle and Tom Brady breaking up, and you can use that to understand, what you should post in the future. So you can get ahead of these other channels in your niche and be the first one to post on one of these breaking news topics. And that can really, really boost your views quite a lot. And once you understand your audience well enough, you can stop relying on getting topics from OPC and start being the first one in your niche to talk about these trending topics. So instead of having to go and look at the certain topics that, the channels that you're modeling yourself off of are posting, you can start being the first one to post these things. And whenever you're starting to be the first one, whenever you can look at a story and you don't need validation from these other channels that this is going to work for you, you know what your audience wants to see. And that comes with time, that comes with repetition, and that comes with studying the analytics. And I'll help you out with all of these things. Just message me on Discord if you have any sort of questions. And on our coaching calls, I can help you out with all of these things. And once we get an understanding, and I'll help you with that, get an understanding of what your audience really, really wants, you're going to be at the point where you can see something on Twitter and be like, oh, that's something that I need to leverage timing for. That's something that I need to post right now because my audience would love to see that. And if I can get ahead of everyone else in my niche, this can really, really blow up for me. That's how viral videos are created for the most part, is leveraging timing, you know, something trending outside of just you making a video on it, you know, because let's say, for an example, you're making a Jada and Will Smith video. Not only is the dating market on YouTube going to want to see your video because you're in the dating niche, not only is your YouTube audience going to want to see the video because they like your videos, but also people who are fans of Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith are also going to want to watch that because they are fans of those people, or they are interested in those people. So now you've unlocked an entirely new audience that's way bigger, to be frank, than the one that you currently have, you know, and it's just, you're also leveraging timing. So it's breaking news. So even people who aren't super interested in Will Smith and Jada Smith are going to be interested in it because it's breaking news, and people just are addicted to breaking news and drama style videos. So it's just like, you know, it's a win all around when you can actually leverage timing. And, you know, the examples are all over the place. You can see it with Mr. Beast. You can see it with any niche that you want to. And like I said, you would think that Mr. Beast is probably the style of content that wouldn't be able to leverage it, and he still finds a way. And now you can catch topics right before they blow up, like I did when I got 2 million views on one video on a new channel that was 2 weeks in. So I started a new channel after my original one got banned, and 2 weeks into that channel, I hit 10,000 subscribers. And how did I do that? It's by leveraging timing. Like, I 100% leveraged timing in every single video that I posted, because I knew that's how you go viral fast. That's how you build an audience fast. That's how you get a lot of subscribers fast. And I wanted to do that to prove to everyone that I could do it. And timing was a huge part in this. Obviously, all 5 T's were, and you know, the other things that I'll go through in this course in the future as well. But timing was a huge part in this. So something that was happening around that time period was the Jason Aldean controversy with Try That in a Small Town. And I covered that pretty closely, and I actually got in front of everyone else on a certain story. This video that I posted was actually in a ton of like New York Post articles, and you know, a lot of other YouTube channels reacted to this video, got millions of views on the reaction videos. And my video, because it was first, it got 2.2 million views on YouTube, which was a huge part in me getting to the 10K subs. And, you know, my video wouldn't have been in all these news articles. They wouldn't have been talking about that situation on The View, and all these other reaction channels wouldn't have happened with my video specifically. It probably would have happened, but it would have been someone else's. If I didn't understand my audience enough to be able to jump in front of it and understand, I don't need anyone's validation on this. I know my audience wants to see this. I got ahead of everyone, and I got 2.2 million views. So that's what you need to start doing. Understand your audience to a point where you can get ahead of everyone else, and your videos can and will go viral if you do it well, if you do it good enough, so well enough, and if you do it often enough, it will happen for you eventually. And some of you might be thinking that there's no trending topics in your niche because it's not news-based, but trust me, there are. Just for another example, I have a YouTube automation channel, and it's kind of, how do I describe it? It kind of recaps like old Nickelodeon, Disney Channel type shows. So it's like many documentaries of recapping these shows, right? Because people love nostalgia. They just can't resist nostalgia. So basically all my automation channels are based around nostalgia. And one of the things that I did back when I was creating this channel at first was iCarly was getting a reboot. So it's very similar to what Mr. Beast did with Squid Game, and iCarly was getting a reboot. So what did I do? I recapped the old iCarly because it was a trending topic, and the video performed pretty well, especially for, you know, the channel size at that time. And it's because I leveraged timing, because I leveraged this T, which is so powerful. Like, I can't even stress enough how powerful it is to leverage timing, trending topics, breaking news in your videos. It's so good, especially if you're starting fresh. Like, a surefire way back in the day to grow a fresh YouTube channel was rank and search, you know, SEO, all these things. That's not the case anymore. What you need to do now is take advantage of trending topics and breaking news, and you can blow up a channel from scratch super quick, like I did with the video that got 2.2 million views on a brand new YouTube channel. When you're a smaller channel, the timing matters more than larger channels, but it does matter at all sizes. So what I mean by that is the smaller channels are going to have the burden of being first a lot more than the larger channels do, because even if smaller channels are first on a topic, the larger channels, when they post on that topic, are still probably going to get more views on average. Every once in a while, the smaller channel will get more views than the larger channels if they're first, like I did with the 2.2 million views video. But a lot of the times, the larger channels can have the ability to be slower because they already have the built-in audience that is going to watch their videos regardless of what happens. And whenever they post something that's newer, let's say that on average, the larger channel averages 100K views, and then the smaller channel averages 10K. Well, let's say that there's a huge breaking news and the smaller channel gets 50K views, but there's still 50,000 people that watch that video that on average watch the larger channel's videos. So that's 50,000 people that are already built into the larger channel that's not going to watch the smaller channel video, which that, you know, it's going to be a lot more than 50K that watches the breaking news video on the larger channel. And I'm sure you already understand this if you understand how YouTube works. But if you're a smaller channel, you need to be focused on leveraging timing every single time that you possibly can. You have to get a little bit creative sometimes, like Mr. Beast did with Squid Game. But if you can do it, it will really, really help you out quite a bit, especially if you're a newer channel, especially if you're a smaller channel. Hopefully this helped you understand the timing aspect of the 5 T's to the best ability that I could possibly help you understand it. If you have any sort of questions, if you want any sort of additions to this module to make you understand timing a bit better, once again, just shoot me a message inside of the community, inside the Discord, and I'll, you know, go ahead and help you out the best way that I can, possibly even add a new module in here if you feel like something's missing. So let me know what you guys thought of this module here, and I'll see you in the next module.